Peace, my people. This is the lyrical genius Black Titanium, and you are watching another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena, where we focus on the youth of our race, the youth that nobody seems to pay attention to anymore, the youth who are under tremendous amount of pressure in society today. Now, I want to say something to the grown people for a minute. I know that you're gifted. I know that you're talented. You want to take 150 selfies and you want to get 2 million likes online. But let me tell you something. If you are not paying attention to your youth, our youth, who are basically born into the blackout, straight out of the womb into the blackout. Yeah, with an X on their back, with a mark on their back for being young, gifted, and black, possessing the most gifted, the most biggest gift that God ever can possess man with, melanin. If you are not paying attention to them, then you are not paying attention to your future. I know you think you're the future and you're going to get a job next week and you're going to get into the music industry next week and you're going to, get on the big screen next week. But don't get it twisted and don't get it misconstrued. Your children are the future. Our young black youth are the future. Our young youth, period, are the future. And if you don't have no respect for your future, you will wake up years later with your future looking in your face screaming, fuck you, with nobody to look up to. So today we're going to talk about the youth. And we're going to talk about the youth in a way that most of us can relate to. The youth who basically, they grow up and because of the schools teaching them self-hatred, because they're going through tremendous peer pressure in the school system, because you idiots chose to drop them off right in the hands of their enemies. So now they're going through tremendous amount of peer pressure, and we tend to forget the pressure that they have to go through because a lot of us tend to forget that we were once children ourselves. But unlike the youth today, back in the day when we was growing up, we had it easy. We had it way easier than the youth now. At least we was able to concentrate on our work. Now the youth go to the school building, they have to think about who they gonna fight today. They have to think about what gang they gonna have to join at a certain age when they get to high school. And many other things. They have to worry about the self-hatred that these racist teachers are teaching them. Because y'all, a lot of the times we think because we're older than the youth, they can't teach us nothing. I hear a lot of people tell their kids, listen, I was here way before you were. You can't tell me. Trust me. These little brothers and sisters are geniuses. And you are helping the system suppress that. Yeah, you. Not everybody per se, because some people treat their children, they raise their children in the right way. See, but a lot of black people tend to think that since they feed their kids, since they clothe their children, this is what constitutes being a parent. No, it doesn't. That's the easy part. Little do you know. Little do we know. That's the easy part. The hardest part is the fact that we must protect their mental psyche. And if you're not doing that out the gate, and which is most of us don't, because of our selfish ass ways, then guess what? You are doing your children a grave injustice. A grave injustice. And it all starts in that household where you're at, wherever you're at. So when our children happen to drop out of school, which a lot of our children will, because they can sense when a teacher is racist. They can sense when the system is racist. They can sense when people don't, when teachers don't give a fuck about them, and they can sense that they are not going to pass because when they are not going to be able to concentrate on their work. So they just say, yo, I'm not going no more. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me because I'm going through the same thing with my child. My child is 14, some of the most important years of her life. And she's already basically almost out of school already. But she lives with her mother, the primary caretaker. No, this is what the system does. Take the daddies and help, get the mother to help the system cheat the kid out of a father. But I'm not going to bore you with I'm not going to drain your energy or anything with my problems, because I'm speaking on a world stage. Because there's a global epidemic going on, and it's the extermination of the black youth. You and me, we're grown already. Our lives have basically been determined. We are what we are right now. Whatever you might grow up to be you might excel a little more in life. But guess what? The target is our youth. Because every other culture knows what a lot of us don't know. Our children are young, gifted, and black by nature. This is why we are so intimidating when the police roll up on us. They intimidate us because they know our history. We are warriors by nature. Humble at the same time, smart at the same time, intelligent at the same time. When we know when to turn it off, but when we know when we know that we are being done an injustice, we know how to turn on the warrior. So the white man had to find a way to suppress that and subdue that, and he turned a lot of black men into cowards through the prison system. It's like washing your brain. You come right back out saying, yo, I ain't going back. I hear a lot of, I ain't going back. I ain't doing nothing, man. It ain't really about black and white. No, they delusion themselves with a bunch of shit. It ain't about black and white, man. Yo, those kids, they just some fucked up. It's never ceased to amaze me how grown-ups can create a monster out of their children. And then when the children turn into the monster, they start saying, I don't know what happened to her. I don't know what happened to him. You happened to him. You happened to him first before the wolves happened to him. Real talk. So these children, knowing that their mother, their parents are their lifeline, they're not going to say nothing. So what they do, they grow up with secret resentments. Secret resentments. That they channel, the energy that they channel out into the world instead of to their mother, because they love their mother, they love their father by nature. They see them as their lifeline. But the most humiliating and hurting thing to a child is to know that their mother have betrayed them. And a lot of these black children are finding out that their mother have betrayed them. Real talk. No, it used to be where the black man was getting the bad rap because he wasn't around. Now these children are very, very fucking smart. Very smart. I mean, you might think that they don't remember a lot of shit. They remember a lot of shit. So they start to grow up with secret resentments, man. And when they get out there in that world, they blow up. They show up and blow up. Because they found out that the one who's supposed to love them the most have betrayed them and threw them to the wolves. Which a lot of these parents are doing because, a woman can't overpower a whole system. A woman can't overpower a man. She might, a lot of these black women talk hard. But when it comes up to going against that system, man, she can't do nothing, man. And once the child sees that, the reason why they rebelling is because they want daddy. That's just I want daddy syndrome. Real talk. So I'm not alleviating the black man from the fault, because we are at fault too, man. We are doing a piss poor job in protecting our youth. And there's a target on the backs of our youth, man. And this is why they are jumping in gangs. This is why they're jumping in gangs, because they see each other as the family that's going to protect each other, because mommy and daddy won't. So basically, now that daddy is gone, mommy can't protect them. So they have no other alternative. And this is and the fact that they have joined the gang is that once you take that pledge, you're taking the pledge to the devil. You're pledging to the devil that you're going to rob, steal, and become part of a criminal enterprise every day of your life, and there's no getting out of it once you take that initiation. And a lot of people realize it once they take that initiation, and they be able to get, a lot of dudes be able to get their little free sex on, and they get their little party on. After that shit start wearing their bodies down, they realize, oh shit, I need a break. But they can't tell their homies, they can't tell none of their homies that shit. But a lot of these niggas, they starting the wool get pulled from over their eyes. God just pull a wool from over there saying, yeah, this is what it is, man. This is a dead end life. And a lot of them know it. A lot of them might try, slip through the cracks and get into the hip hop industry or whatever. But let me tell you, or they might get into the NBA or the NFL or whatever. But guess what? When they do get there, it doesn't matter, because they're emotionally disturbed, and money cannot erase self-hatred. Money can't erase self-hatred. So what happens? The white man build them up to break them down. So what he does, he puts them in a prominent position. And when they become prominent, he tears them back down, because it's called the modern day lynching. That's why they build up black men on TV, NFL, NBA. They tear them. It's the modern day lynching. And they just tell and the purpose is to further instill self-hatred in the black youth who see these people as heroes. So there's a lot of things that we have to contemplate. We have to constantly think about our youth. Even though a lot of times I see them little motherfuckers, I feel like smacking them little demon ass niggas, because their mother created the monster. I know it. But then I gotta slide back and say, yo, I know what they're going through. I know what they're going through. Regardless to how you feel, man, you cannot hurt no young black man or no young black sister. We cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be frustrated a lot of times, because I know they got hard heads. But so I just slide back and I think about it. So I just slide back and I got to think about it. And once I think about it, and then I calm down. I say, yo, these brothers is going through something. A lot of these black youth out here is misunderstood. But that does not excuse the fact that they are dropping like flies, that they have, that they are not living the life that they basically supposed to live. They are being deprived of their rights to live. And if in a roundabout way. And a lot of the times we participate in helping the system do them dirty. We participate in doing that. So, and I see, we have to understand that, they have to, they trying to live the way they can live. So basically, a lot of them try to get into the music industry. But the thing about the music industry and the black youth, I want to talk to the black youth for a minute. I know you want to be a rapper, you want to be a singer, whatever. But you have to understand, the thing about getting in the music industry, about our people first. The reason why it's so hard for a black man to make it into anything, whether it be the music industry, the NFL, the NBA, or whatever, is because we have to fight through our own people. We have to fight through our own people, the house niggas and all these other jealous, self-hatred ass niggas in order to get to the real fight. So when somebody like a young black youth like Meek Mill or somebody like finally get there, they are exhausted. They know their spirit is broken and everything else. They're exhausted. So they know their only attitude is, yo man, just please sign me. I'll sign anything, but just give me a chance. Please just listen. It's to the point where niggas just actually giving their music away, man. Real talk. I mean, just listen to me, please. And that's not what a young, gifted black man or black sister is supposed to do, man. We are never supposed to give our gift away because that's like spitting in God's face. God gave you that gift. So a lot of the times, this is what makes music moguls like Jay-Z and Diddy and all them niggas, you got to respect their position, even if you don't like them as a person, because they had to go through a fight, not the fight, when they got to the white people, but they had to fight through their own people. That's a hell of a fight because you get isolated, people get jealous of you, you lose friends when you get in the industry, all that shit. Because people are jealous, they don't know. Soon as a nigga make it, oh yo, he a homo, man. That nigga's a demon worshiper. And you got white people because of the fact they want to break them down again, and a lot of them are jealous that these niggas are making millions. So what they do, they demonize them on YouTube, on the internet, and everything else. So when before our black youth, get into the industry, this is what I want to tell you. Basically, you got to understand when you get to that door, the devil is going to rear its head anyway. So it's up to you whether you want to cross that line. It's up to you. See, because what a lot of us don't understand about that industry is that there's a lot of homosexuals running that industry. There's a lot of lesbians running that industry. I'm talking about the majority. And the reason why we're in such a bad position right now, not only us, but the whole industry, is because, let me tell you something. Black people, we fell into laziness when they came out with bootlegging CDs and DVDs. So because the biggest consumers in the world, and as far as music goes, is white people and women. So white people don't want to hear the truth about themselves. They don't want to hear that shit. They want to hear that old lollipop rap where they can dance and be happy about shit. That's the only shit they gonna buy. I mean, I know a lot. Let me rephrase that, because I know a lot of them that are bought, some Public Enemy shit, some straight gutter shit. But most of them don't want to hear the truth about themselves. And women, they want you to stroke their ego. They want you to talk about how nice they are. They want you to talk about them and stroke their ego. If you ain't got a record like that, they ain't really want down with it. So, but what happened to us, as far as the real shit, the lyricism and the lyrical shit, we fell into the lazy mind state of buying shit. We got cheap when they started selling DVDs and bootleg CDs, and we paid $2 for that shit. That shit killed the artists. That killed hip hop. It's killing hip hop. And they brought in that lollipop rap shit. But it's a simple solution to that. It's a simple solution. For example, if there was a young black brother right now, right, and he made a conscious record, and all of us got up out of our bed and we made a conscious decision that we're gonna purchase that and until he go platinum, triple platinum. Don't you know it would be a new reality tomorrow, because all artists would be doing the same shit. Because and the people in the industry wouldn't give a fuck. As long as there's money being made, they'll be knocking at his door, because they want a cut of that. So power is always in the hands of the people. It is not in their hands. They don't determine what the hell we do. And this is the perfect time for you to go independent because the music industry is dying. The internet is killing them right now. The internet is straight killing them. So this is the perfect time to be in the indies. Because if you get a deal, then you're not going to be, the artist is the last one on a totem pole to make money. The producer makes money before the artist. So you got to remember one thing if you can't remember two, man. You have to remember the youth. Because that's the most, because if we don't have them, they are our only hope. Because right now, they have basically reduced black people into rebels. We done went from kings and queens reduced to rebels. Nothing. And a lot of niggas walk around here with their chest stuck out, dignified, because they hiding behind a little status quo because they got a little bullshit job. That shit means nothing. It don't define the man. It don't define the woman. And that shit don't erase self-hatred. A lot of these black people are dropping their kids off in the gutter just to go to the plantation. Yeah, don't give a fuck about their youth. They might put on a facade, yo, I got paid my rent this month. I bought food and they got all of that. That don't mean shit. Cause while you gone, they're gone. And you know where they going to? They going to the snake pit with the rest of the fucking wolves. So you better remember that next time you at the motherfucking plantation with your chest stuck out in a dignified way. Real talk. They might get in front of your face and play a little innocent role. Yes, mommy. Yeah, I'm doing whatever you want me to do. But trust me, when you turn your back, they are a product of their environment. They are a product of their environment. And this is what we gotta remember, man. We are forgetting the most important thing of our race, man. The future. And no matter what you may think, you are not the future, man. The youth are. I can't emphasize that enough. Because a lot of us walk around here talking about domestic violence and women this and man that and women this. And I don't hear nobody mentioning the youth. I don't hear nobody talking about the youth. We can't forget about our youth, man. Real talk. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm sitting up here in the shelter system, right? And every time I turn around, the homeless is getting younger and younger. These silly ass black chicks is throwing their children out the house because they scared of that monster. They scared of that reflection in the mirror. They create that monster, and guess what? A lot of kids starting to grow up with secret resentments, and they taking that shit back to their mama. Once they get in that gang, or they come back to the house and rule a whole fucking household. Real talk. They come back to the house and rule a whole household. Let their homies in and everything, and the mother can't do shit. She trying to tell everybody get out. And the kids are telling them, yo, man, y'all stay, man. Y'all stay. Don't worry, we got control of this shit. And they run the guilt trip on the mother, and they run the whole household because she done did them dirty in the past. They hold that dark secret over her head. And basically she falls into depression and does what she does, and they just go about their lives. And then as they grow up, they drop out of that phase and they move out. So you gotta understand, man, that shit comes back to haunt you. When you do your future dirty, you will wake up years later and your future screaming, fuck you, man. I don't even want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Real talk. And you know what they telling their homies out there? That their homies are telling them, man, if they touch you, though, we'll come there and fuck them up. And they talking about their mother, their father. Yeah. Because they don't give a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. Rightfully so. And the biggest thing that's hurting them is because these white people are starting to get real bold against them. Because they seen that these niggas are, they're grown ups, the grown men are being turned into fucking cowards, and the only ones they trained to kill is they self. And the only ones they trained is to kill is themselves. So now you see white people just strolling through Bed-Stuy, strolling through the Bronx, they strolling through Harlem, and they know that ain't nobody gonna touch their ass. Real talk. They just stroll through and they smirk at me because they know who I am. And they just look at me like, yeah, we here, man. We taking over this shit. Because we don't reduce these niggas to rebels, zombies. And you even see the look on white people's face when they look at a lot of us, they say, damn, we knew this shit was going to work, but damn, we didn't know it was going to work to perfection. They even have, like surprised looks on their face like, oh shit, this shit working like this? So now you see them just strolling through the hood. They moving niggas out, raising the rent. Yo, man, y'all get the fuck up out of here, man. Real talk, through rent control. Now you seeing, they just strolling through Harlem, Bronx, Bed-Stuy. Like, yeah, nigga, we here now. They know that ain't nobody gonna touch them. All these niggas is goons, though. When you walk by with a new pair of sneakers on, these niggas is looking at you with contempt in their eyes. Yeah. These are motherfuckers that can't stand you. They can't stand themselves. But a white man can just don't even wait no more than $1.10, could walk straight through the hood and just stroll through the hood. They won't say. As a matter of fact, he'll just, all he got to do is open his mouth and say, "I need to get to such and such." Everybody, I seen people to fall and break their neck to help them motherfuckers. Yeah, and when you go to their hood and you ask them some shit like that, they all ignore your ass. But that's a whole different video. Back to the essence of the conversation. Remember your youth, man. That's the most important thing. It ain't about grown-ups, man. Your life has been determined. My life has been determined. Yeah, we're going to get a little more, but who gives a fuck if you getting a new job or that shit don't mean shit. It don't make you the future. Don't forget what you working for, man. You working for the youth. And if that's not your ulterior motive, then you are doing everything wrong. Real talk. Me included. I'm talking to me included, man. I'm not talking to just you. This is a reminder. I make videos to remind myself, and I look at them shits later too. And I view that shit too. I say, oh yeah. So when I fall, because sometimes I backslide too. So a lot of times I gotta remind myself. I'm not excluded. I'm just doing this because we must start using our black media wisely. We don't have to use the internet to look like assholes all day. But with that being said, you are watching another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena. And I am your host, the lyrical genius Black Titanium. And you know what I do by the way, I wanted to end right there, but I got to end right here. You know what I do when I view like somebody's video like Dr. Umar Johnson or somebody like that, or somebody who got knowledge and they dropping something on the video. You know what I do when I view it? First thing I do is hit the subscribe button and I hit the like button. I don't have to usually hit the like button, but I usually hit the subscribe button because I want to know when the next video because I love people. I love my people who got knowledge, and that you should too. And the fact is, we need a spiritual awakening. Black people need a spiritual awakening, man. We got to wake up one day and make a conscious decision to say we're going to start loving ourselves. When you see motherfuckers, it don't be so hard that you can't walk by somebody and say hello, good morning, good night, on all that shit. That shit, it's basically, we have to start loving ourselves, man. We gotta, and in order for you to love yourself, you have to be a realist. You can't walk around here delusional. You can't walk around here delusional. You gotta turn your weaknesses into your strengths. In order for you to turn your weakness into your strength, you have to recognize your weaknesses, man. We have to recognize our weaknesses. And with that being said, you are watching another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena, and I am your host, the lyrical genius, Black Titanium. And until the next episode, I'm out. Peace, my brothers and sisters.